I beseech you, in the bowels of Christ, think it possible. You may be mistaken. Do not trust to the cheering, for those persons would shout, as much if you and I were going to be hanged. A few honest men are better than numbers. I had rather have a plain, russet-coated captain that knows what he fights for and loves what he knows, than that which you call a gentleman and is nothing else. I had rather have a plain, russet-coated man than a laced coat without a man. He who stops being better stops being good. Necessity has no law. Keep your faith in God, but keep your powder dry. Weeds will grow in a garden. Subtlety may deceive you, integrity never will. Our armies do not come into your houses and break open your chests. We take our money where we find it. I confess I never yet saw a man that did not think it his own duty best, though a fool. It's high time for me to put an end to your sitting in this place which you have dishonored by your contempt of all virtue, and defiled by your practice of every vice. You have sat too long for any good you have been doing lately. Depart, I say, and let us have done with you. In the name of God, go. I would have been glad to have lived under my woodside, and to have kept a flock of sheep, rather than to have undertaken this government. I tell you, we will cut off his head with the crown upon it. If the Lord reveals anything to you, believe it, for he speaks the truth. No one rises so high as he who knows not whither he is going. I am not a man of blood, I am for peace and for an agreement. We are Englishmen, that is one good fact. A man never rises so high as when he knows not whither he is going. Trust in God and keep your powder dry. I am not at all afraid of that man who fears God. He who sows courtesy reaps friendship, and he who plants kindness gathers love. Do not expect to be well treated by people if you are proud and contemptuous towards them. The state in choosing men to serve it takes no notice of their opinions, if they be willing faithfully to serve it. That satisfies. I think that he who has no pleasure in looking up to heaven has not yet become a Christian. No one has suffered wrong because he has been ignorant of it. noble person is not without ambition. The Lord doth know I do not covet to be kept alive by my friends caring for me, yet I must die or be worse. Subdue your appetites, my dears, and you've conquered human nature. I would have been glad to have lived under my woodside, and to have kept a flock of sheep, rather than to have undertaken this government. He who commands the sea has command of everything. Let us, therefore, rely upon the goodness of the cause and the aid of the Supreme Being, in whose hands victory is, to animate and encourage us to great and noble actions. I had rather have a plain, russet-coated man that knows what he fights for and loves what he knows than that which you call a gentleman and is nothing else. Make the enemy see before him not the logic of a machine, but the fist of a man. The Lord made them as stubble to our swords. I am a common soldier, and am taught in the art of war. You have no other way to deal with these men but to break them, or they will break you. He who stops being better stops being good.